Well, hello everyone. This little video is going to help introduce Google Drive app on the iPad. So the first thing you want to do is go to your App Store and then search for Google Drive. And it's one here in the upper left-hand corner. You'll just want to download that. Once it's downloaded, let's go ahead and open up Google Drive. So with Google Drive, you can upload photos and videos from this device to Drive for access everywhere. What it does, it puts all your files in one place. So everything you add to Drive from work or home is available on this device. You can also use the Google Drive app to create as well as collaborate on docs and sheets, and your changes are going to sync everywhere. You can also make your stuff available offline so that you can view it whenever you need it. So let's tap Get Started. And you're going to sign in with your Google account. So this is the Google Drive app. Up at the top, you'll see that we're in My Drive. And if you tap on the three lines in the upper left, you'll see all of the menus that are in here. So you can see which account you're using. Then you can choose between the My Drive folder, the Shared With Me folder, the Starred folder, your Recents folder, and then you can also choose On My iPad. So anything that you've pinned for offline, as well as anything you've uploaded. In the upper right hand corner, we can change the view of the Google Drive app between an icon view where we can see all of our folders as well as all of our files with their icons, and you can see a little preview of what that file is. And you can also switch to list view. You get a more compact list view right there. On the upper right, you also see a plus button, and this is how you can add files to your drive. So you can add new Google Docs and new Google spreadsheets. You can also add new folders. From here, you can also upload photos or videos that are in your camera roll, or take a picture to add to Google Drive. At the top of your My Drive folder, you'll see a search bar. And so you can use this search bar to search for items, just like you would in the online drive. You can also sort your items by last edited by me, last modified, last opened by me, or by title. If you ever want to refresh this page, just pull down and let go. And Google Drive will refresh and find any new files that have been added here. Now for every file or folder, it will show you the name, whether it's shared, you'll have the little people there, when it was last modified, and then each one will also have this little info button. If we tap on the info button, it kind of shows us what we can do with this document or folder. So here we can share it, we can remove it, we can move it, we can star it, rename it, and get the link. It gives some info about where it is and when it was last modified, and you can also see who has access. So if you hit share, you can share it with specific people, and you can set the permissions. If you remove it, it will actually move it to your Google Drive trash. You can also organize it and move it to any other folder. You can also star it for easier access. That'll put it in your starred menu on the left. You can choose to rename it, and you can get the link, and it copies it to your clipboard so that you can paste it elsewhere on your iPad. And you also get some info about the location, when it was last modified, and you can see who has access. You can also add people by clicking the plus. In this way, you can also change editing and viewing rights, and even remove users, just by clicking on the Can Edit next to their name. So those are the details of this folder. Now we can go down and look at some details of some files just by hitting the info. You can see we have a lot of the same things. We can share this file, we can remove it, we can move it, you can print it if it's all set up, you can star it, rename it, and there's one other thing you can do, and that's open in. And it brings up your normal box to open this in any other app, like Notability. Now with files, you can also make them available offline. You just switch that to on, and that file will now show up in our pinned file menu. Again, you can see the info and who has access. Now you can also view any file. So if we just go into this folder, I've put in all the different file types that Google Drive can really deal with. So the first one here is a PDF, and this is great if you have worksheets or handouts for students. You can just throw them in there and share it with them. You can open up the PDF, and then using the three dots in the upper right hand, you can actually open them in other apps, like in Notability. In this way then, students are able to edit the PDFs that you give to them. You can also view other files like PowerPoints, Word documents, Excel documents. They just kind of open up in a preview mode. Again, students can't edit these, but if you hit the three dots in the upper right hand corner, you can still open this in another app. So they could open up your PowerPoints in Notability as well. Now the next one is an actual Google document. And Google Drive lets you view these documents and also collaborate with others. You can also edit these Google documents just like you would online. Now there's a little bit less formatting that you can do, but you still get some fonts, sizes, colors, bold, italic, underline, bulleted lists, numbered lists, indents, all that good stuff. You also have the ability to add comments. So just like you could on the web. And so you can also view all the comments right here as well. From here you can see which other people are viewing it. And you can also search in the document. Now links in Google Docs can also be opened in, and you can open these in Chrome or Safari. You can also just switch to a view mode so you don't have to worry about editing anything. And now you're just viewing the Google Doc. So the Google Drive app works pretty well for working with and editing Google documents. You can also edit Google Sheets using the Google Drive iPad app. And if you double tap in a cell, you're able to type into it. If you're done editing, you just hit the check mark. And again, you can change your fonts. You can edit your cells, bold, italic, underline, alignment. You can also see who's viewing it. You can also deal with different sheets, duplicating, renaming, freezing rows even, adding new sheets. Okay, you can insert columns, change the size. So it's actually a fairly intuitive spreadsheet editing device here. Now you can also view videos through Google Drive.
Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how you can edit any event in your iPad calendar app.
And it's got basic controls up here, and of course you can AirPlay it as well. So if you have videos for your students, you can upload them to Google Drive and they can access them on their iPad very easily. Now the next one is a Google Slide. So unfortunately you can't edit and collaborate on Google Slides yet. It's really just a viewer for it. So you can kind of swipe between all the different slides you have. From here you can view your speaker notes. And you can also jump to any slide in your presentation. And then there's also a play button for the preview mode if you're going to be using this to present. Notice I had a YouTube video in here, and that's going to play just fine.
Welcome everyone. Today we're going to be talking about
We don't need to
Google
watch that
Drive
again
for your
though.
Mac.
So it's a pretty good presenting feature. Double tap to end. One other note with PDFs, if you have links in your PDFs, you'll actually open it in sort of a web browser right inside Google Drive. Notice you can't go to any other web pages, but at least you can open up the link that you put in your Google Doc. So here's a little graphing app, and we can even manipulate it right from Google Drive without having to go anywhere. The 3 buttons at the bottom allows you to either open this in Chrome or in Safari as well. And of course, you can also upload any sort of image that will show up here, and you can open this in another app or save it to your camera roll. Alright, so that's what you can use the Google Drive iPad app for. And it's a great way of getting files into your students' hands quickly so that they can either edit it, work with it, open it in Notability. And it's also a great way to have your entire Google Drive on your iPad ready to go at any moment.